Okay, so the name of the game, of course, is SUVs. And a lot of people don't know this, but of course we have a little bit of history in making these family vehicles as well. Obviously you can see some tongue-in-cheek from the 1960s, and obviously from someone who was sort of adhered to Catholic schools, the nuns bring back a few too many flashbacks of keeping me in line, but it all worked out in the end, so I should thank the nuns for getting me here. But of course, if we look at Volkswagen, we look at the market, SUVs is the name of the game. Here in the United States, 54% of the light vehicle market is SUVs, and obviously it's our business and our jobs to meet that marketplace. While Volkswagen may have been a little late to the party, a little late of the curve, with the great work in this plant, we have closed ground dramatically. Just to give you some perspective, a few years ago, 14% of our sales came from SUVs. Fast forward to today, 52% of our sales come from SUVs. Tiguan is our #1 selling car, and I'm quite confident the Atlas will be right around the corner to becoming our second best selling car here in the United States. This is a massive swing. But if I zoom in on the Atlas itself, what exactly strategically is this car doing? First and foremost, 84% of the people buying these vehicles have never been in a Volkswagen before. This is our chance to introduce people driving these very sad vehicles of Toyota and Nissan and Subaru and everything else, and show them the magic that we can do. And I'm convinced they drive them, they're going to love them. The second thing, of course, that's important is, of course, we like to make a little bit of money and we like to succeed. This vehicle alone has increased the average transaction prices of a Volkswagen nearly $4,000. So this is a vehicle that's winning in the marketplace, and that's exactly what we want to do. Now, it's not just my promotional craziness that's saying it. It's also USA Today that's saying the hot list, Atlas #2, you can see there, sales are up 40%. So this is becoming an iconic vehicle only in the marketplace a couple of years, and thank you again for everything you're doing to put us at the head of the list and at the head of the charts with this vehicle. Now, as we look at everything that happens here, it's not just about the United States. I think the magic of Chattanooga and the magic of Tennessee, and I think no one around the world would expect this, it's also becoming a powerful export hub. So of course we send these great vehicles to Mexico, we send them to Canada, we send them to Russia, we even send them to the Middle East, here from little old Chattanooga. A powerful statement of our quality. And of course, we name a car, but a car has massive knock-on effects. 1,600 components per Atlas, 428 Tier 1 suppliers here in Chattanooga and spread across Tennessee. So the knock-on effects of the magic of what we do in this plant is profound and obviously extremely powerful. Now, specifically about the car we are going to launch. As you know, this is a huge segment. It's why the Atlas is so successful. 2.2 million vehicles are sold in this mid-size segment of SUVs. And if you look at it, frankly, it breaks down into two, in our opinion, distinct segments. You have the 7-seaters that you see there. You can see the Explorer and the Highlander. And, of course, you have the 5-seaters in this segment. The 5-seaters comprise 45% of the market. And as a businessman, there's no way I want to miss 45% of the market. Maybe 5%, maybe 6%. Nearly half the market is 5-seaters. When our product planners looked at it, when our strategists looked at it, and we looked at the opportunity here in Chattanooga, this is the opportunity that we want to, and this is the opportunity that we will pursue. 45% of a market that's growing, that's profitable, and it's obviously healthy. As we also look at this market, there's one thing to just look at the math and look at the market opportunity and look at the numbers, but of course, we see a massive social opportunity. I think it's no debate. Right now, people are far more connected with their devices than they are with society. And we think this SUV and many of our SUVs that we make are a massive social opportunity. This is an absolute social utility vehicle. Atlas, as you remember, is something that used to take people around the world. An Atlas is something where people set dreams and set places in perspective, and where will I go today, and what great things will I do today? Well, that Atlas has now manifested itself into a vehicle, and that's exactly the opportunity that we see. And this car is full stop built to get you there, and it's built to get you to connect. Not connect on a device, connect with society. your friends, whether you're going to the woods, whether you're going to the city, whether you're going for adventure, whether you're going for a breakfast, whether you're going with your kids, this is the vehicle that you want to show up in. And if you think what a vehicle purchase, that's exactly what it is. It's a single to show up. And again, at school, at a cocktail party, at business, at an event, I am showing up. But of course, it wouldn't be Volkswagen. For us, it is about showing up. It's not about showing off. It's that smart, value-oriented Volkswagen positioning that gives you one hell of a great car, gives you one hell of a great value. So ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at it. Introducing the all-new Atlas Crossport. You know, I think I've seen the car 50 or 60 times, and for some reason it just looks better each and every time. So absolutely stunning. And look, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Atlas Crossport, and maybe more importantly than the vehicle, these are the men, women, ladies, and gentlemen who make this great car happen. So thank you very, very much for making it happen. Of course, they're led by our President and CEO, Tom Duplessis. Tom, thank you very much for everything you're doing. It's good to see. He's been here a couple of months and you're not booing him yet, so very good sign, Tom. Very good sign. Brent Hinson, of course, you know him very well, the CFO. Brent, thank you for everything you're doing. And, of course, Head of HR, Burkhard Ulrich. Burkhard, thank you very much for joining us. Amazing. Thanks again, everybody. Beautiful. So, look, in my mind, I think this vehicle is really, truly quite straightforward. I think, first and foremost, when you're looking at it, you know, you need the exterior design. And I believe, without a doubt, it's quite a simple story here. It's expressive. It's sporty, it's bold. And if you really want to simplify it, I think it's exactly what America's looking for. It's big, it's bold, excuse the language, it's a little bit badass, and it's an American SUV. And that's exactly what the market wants. Of course, the R-Line will be available on the vehicle, and of course the mixes on the R-Line is powerful because Americans want these expressive vehicles. Now the exterior is one thing. Of course we'll jump into the interior, significantly upgraded materials, bold and attractive, and all of the latest technology that you would expect. Wireless charging, Wi-Fi capability, traffic jam assist, and of course connectivity to all of the driver assistance systems on the interior of the vehicle. Of course, as I mentioned, if you want to have a social activity, you'd need space. More legroom and cargo space than a Grand Cherokee, 40 inches versus 38. Significantly more cargo area than the #1 selling 5-seater. So this is a massive competitive advantage, looks good, has the latest tech, and of course that has the space that Americans are desiring. And of course on top of that thing, you need the performance. V6, 4-cylinder turbos. Of course the 4-cylinder now for the first time will be available with 4Motion all-wheel drive. And finally, you have to price it competitively, and I assure you this vehicle will be competitively priced. You deserve to have a stunning vehicle. You deserve to arrive in this type of vehicle, but it's one thing to do it at $70,000. It's a whole other thing to do it where we belong in the $30,000 price range for this vehicle. Now, thank you. Now, of course, before I close, you know, obviously, these vehicles do not build themselves, as I've been saying. We are surrounded by the employees who really bring their passion and bring their precision to bring this vehicle to life. As we've been discussing with the governor, we are extremely proud to bring 1,000 additional jobs in the building of the electric vehicle and, of course, in the building of this Atlas crossport. So together, with the hundreds of thousands of Volkswagen employees around the globe, this is a powerful strength and an asset that we have. It's an asset and a strength that we want to continue to take advantage of and continue to show the magic that we are capable of. You know, and if you look at the brand ourselves, I think there is one thing to make a vehicle, there's one thing to sell a vehicle, but for us at Volkswagen, and this is true around the world, we always want to do more. We want our vehicles to honestly become vehicles of change in and of themselves. It's not enough to make them, and it's not enough just to sell them. So in light of that, what we are doing today, and right now in this plant, we have nearly 100 veterans who are working in this factory. And frankly, I could not think of another group of people who embody this higher purpose we are aiming for as a brand. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us. And if you tell this story quite simplistically, this tall, skinny guy who looks a little bit lost in this picture is my father, a kid from Brooklyn who went into the military, and frankly, when he came out, America had opportunities for him. He pursued those opportunities. That's how I got here. That's how my 5 brothers and sisters navigated the world, and that's, of course, how he went on to purchase a Volkswagen Beetle that we all went around town in. But it's a country that had an opportunity for him when he returned. And that's exactly what we in America need to continue to do, that we have these opportunities when our veterans return from service. We have a responsibility, but I think we also have a massive opportunity to do that. In order to bring this to life, we are announcing today a partnership with Hiring Our Heroes, and to me, it's quite straightforward. We want to and we will recruit veterans for all of our facilities across the United States, whether it's a factory, whether it's a dealership, whether it's a port, whether it's at our headquarters. So this is the magic, and this is what we want to do. Thank you. Thank you. So, look, it's quite clear. Something big is creating good jobs. Something bigger is using the tools that we have at our disposal to create opportunities for people who've earned it more than any other. And that's exactly what we intend to do. So, in closing, straightforward, thank you very much to the press, to all of the government officials, to all of the magical employees who make this great brand happen in America. Thank you for joining us. We told you about a great car. It's here. We told you about a great brand, and of course we've told you the great things we want to continue to do here in Chattanooga. And Governor Lee, if you please come up and join me, and Congressman, let's take a couple of photos and celebrate this great car. Thank you very much, everybody. Thanks again.
Good job.
Thank you.
I'm trying.